Well, here we are, June 28th. Another month gone by. Another arc down. Like I said, I was thinking, I believe I said in that, what I call number 0, the idea that I would start making these videos again. That's what I started out doing, just talking. And I speaking my true thoughts, almost as a just a venting of release of things to the void, to the vast. I stopped doing that when I started making the Flat Earth video. I got out of that habit. I think even now I'm talking like I'm talking to somebody. I haven't felt free to be me since I started being involved and being seen by people. I just can't. I do not feel free to be me around other people. I can on a one-to-one basis, but in groups, in a public setting, I just cannot feel. I cannot be me in public. I have not been me in public in ages. Last night, I was sleeping, and I woke up and refreshed my page that I leave the YouTube default page, this my fucking subscription page, where all of the videos are listed. So I refreshed it to see the latest one. And I saw that Justin was doing a Hangout. She had titled something about the Book of Enoch. I forget what it was exactly. And it just hit me that was what I had been wanting to talk about. One of the main topics I wanted to talk about with people. If I wanted to get something out there, that's one of the things that it was. And he had been wanting me to be on his show. I had actually missed. He had invited me twice, and I missed them. I missed them both. I would have, but it didn't work out in the previous week. And I woke up right as he was starting, and he didn't have anybody else even in the Hangout yet. And so I set it up, and when he put the link out, I went ahead and jumped in. And a first actual live hangout with multiple people that I have done. And I did enjoy it. I did like it. The people, it was a topic. The topic, of course, is Enoch in the Bible. Things that I like. Even if because I believe God has shown me the truth about the things He has shown me. Not that He's shown me everything, but He showed me what He has shown me, and I believe it to be the truth. And it's taken me 20 years to get here, following the Spirit. And just like the people that wrote the Bible followed the Spirit to write what they wrote, I would do the same. And then people will sit there and tell you how wrong you are because it doesn't fit their approximation, their interpretation of what they think the Bible has already said, when they are not taking into account that that's what the Spirit was telling them to write 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, and may not be what the Spirit is saying now. But I am telling them what the Spirit is saying now, and they are denying that. So, they are, to me, really no different than the Hebrews in Jesus' day that held to the law and did not move into the age of grace. We're moving out of the age of grace into the kingdom age. We're moving into a whole a new sequence of time, a new world order. It's coming, whether we want it or not. Now, the Luciferians want to usurp it and use it for their end, for their agenda. They want to control the new age. But it doesn't matter who controls it, the new age is coming. That's what nobody gets. Either it's going to be overseen by the forces of light, or it's going to be overseen by the forces of darkness. And what they are doing is trying to make sure that it's the last one. But I'm getting sidetracked here. But I wanted to talk. I just thought I would say that. I just thought I would start talking about it. I didn't plan on what I would say. That's the point. Ever since I started making these videos and posting them about, posting them intending for the flat Earth crowd, the flat Earth community, to watch it, to be aware of it. All of those videos, after I started doing that, became, I began to feel like I couldn't speak my mind. Because people were hearing me. I felt the very first video I posted on YouTube in April of 2015. Actually, I had a copyright strike because I was playing some good music in the background, like I'm doing now. And back at that time, they would still mute you for it. They might, if they fucking mute this, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm playing multiple tracks. But they muted me for playing one track. It was it's like an 8-hour instrumental, just kind of a repetition. It's just for the background music. And I was using it. Anyway, they offered to remove it, and you say remove the fucking audio, the problem audio, and then it just it degrades the rest of the audio where you can't even hear what you're saying. Almost it's comically so. Anyway, I'm still talking like I'm talking to people. I'm not, damn it, I'm not talking to anybody. Nobody here. The first thing I said in the first video that I posted to YouTube was the sentence that I am going to have to keep reminding myself that there is no one here. And so here again, I have decided to start posting these videos again like I wanted to do, like I started doing originally. Where it's just me recording videos, initially it was just me posting videos that I did not even intend to talk over. I would just catch me saying things that I liked, and I would be on a roll or something, a 30-minute spill of me just going on about something, and I would like it and put it on YouTube. But it would be a 30-minute section out of just like a 3-hour recording. It's just me, because that's what I always do anyway. It wasn't until January or February that I started making an intent to aim in that direction. and that's when I started getting subscribers. Before then, until February, I probably didn't have more than 10 subscribers. Last year, I don't think I had any. I didn't want any. I don't want anybody to hear this. It's a little bit forced because it's not natural. I hit record and I started talking, and so I'm saying that that's what I'm doing. What it's supposed to be is just me catching myself talking and saying stuff, and I use that. That's the intention. But anyway, I'm trying to make the first video here, and I'm talking to myself, and I feel weird about it. But weird in a good way, because I'm getting away from this box I feel like I've been put in. The box people put you in. I have never felt like anyone has ever understood me in my entire fucking life. And I've applied my heart to know wisdom and to seek out God. And He leads me where He leads me and shows me what He shows me. And I know what I know. And I've learned what I've learned. And so I go in there to the Hangout. And Justin is, I don't know why, but he made a big deal about me showing up. Like, hey, I've been waiting a long time to talk to this guy. He kept always... He kept interrupting other guys and like asking me what I thought about stuff, because apparently he thought I was some kind of a sage or something, and I think I don't know what you're talking about here, dude. I think my reputation exceeds me here. But I mean, me and him, we get along in the chat box, and that was our first hangout together. And he's a cool dude. He's very easygoing, a laid-back individual. He's not confrontational. Very, it's very easygoing. Kind of like Chris, although Chris has been, since he's gotten with Jeff, he hasn't been as easygoing. He's getting weird, I think, because something is changing about him. And well, I mean, he unfollowed me, he unsubbed, and then now he doesn't talk to me in the chat anymore. And after a while, he came into the Hangout as well, which was cool. I actually started off when I first came into the chat, or I mean the Hangout, and I was saying hi. Chris wasn't even there yet, but I said I liked what he did, and some of the other guys that I named. And it's kind of sad how it started off. You see where it ended from where it started off, because it like went all the way 180 degrees. Not that it ended badly, it just ended in a way I did not expect or want, concerning Chris anyway. But the whole thing was 5 hours, and I think we're close to 5 hours. I think I finally jumped in. He finally opened it up about 30 or 40 minutes in after he started. He was reading some stuff at first. I don't remember what it was even now. Like I said, I woke up. Anyway, it was a fun hangout. We were talking about Enoch, and the reason I joined, because this guy Ron, adventure skeptic, who I thought I knew, but then when I actually started talking, it dawned on me, it hit me that I actually hadn't watched his videos. And I mean, fuck, you can't watch everybody's shit, you know. A lot of people out there. And so he's talking about his model, and I'm talking about mine. But my main point is, he's going on about this Zen, they were talking about Zen Garcia, and I have heard the name. It turns out I was not subscribed to him. I looked him up right then in the Hangout and subscribed at the time, because I had intended to. I just forgot about it. And they were talking about his last video that he made about the Book of Enoch, and I had not watched it, and I wish that I had. I probably would have had I'd been subscribed beforehand. But anyway, they were going on, especially Event Skeptic, about how great this was and how the Book of Enoch was this and that and everything else. And everything they were saying, I was like, well, you know, that's actually not the case. You know, Enoch didn't actually write the book, and it was written over a period of 300 years, even after Jesus, from about 200 BC to 100 AD. All these things, you know, I mean, it only spends of, I don't know, maybe 1/6 of the book is even talking about the sun, moon, and stars. The rest is just made up hokiness, because it was a different author. Maybe like 5 different people wrote the thing. I'm saying all this stuff about it because that's what I've always wanted to say, because these flat earthers have usurped the Book of Enoch like it's the next Bible. They don't care if it's, they don't care about it being part of the Bible. They just want something to try and support their views. They'll take anything that they think can support them. The only reason they care about the Bible is because it says the earth is flat. If it didn't say the earth is flat, they wouldn't care about the Bible, and they would consider it to be a proof against the Bible. So anytime, you know, you have, it always gets me when people who don't give a shit about the Bible will try to use the Bible if they can find a verse in there somewhere that supports what they're trying to say. Oh, well, the Bible says this, and, you know, any other time they wouldn't even care what the Bible said. I see that a lot I've just seen that a lot over the years. Anyway, it was good to get all of that out, because I've been sort of holding it in for a while. About the damn, I can't tell you how many times I've heard them talk about the fucking gates. Every time I hear anybody talk about the gates of Enoch, I just want to bang my head on the wall. It's the fucking zodiac, people. Open your damn eyes. Just admit it. It's the freaking constellation. 12 gates, man. In a circle arranged around the sky. 3 in the north, 3 in the south, 3 in the east and west. What's it gonna be? Come the hell on. Until the part they read, it said that there were 6 in the east and 6 in the west, that they did not specify that it's envisioned around a ring. It's a circle, the circuit of the sun. It goes to the 12 gates. The sun goes in a circle. That means the gates are in a circle. And if there's 6 on one side and 6 on the other, that's a freaking circle of 12. So what the hell is it gonna be? Well, I think it's fairly obvious it's the zodiac. And to my surprise, they actually agreed with me. I couldn't believe it's the first time I ever heard that any flat earthers say that. Not Event Skeptic did not agree. Agave and Chris did. It's pretty cool though. Justin and Agave, they're easygoing guys. Chris was, he used to be. Anyway, he was friendly with me at first. He invited me onto his show as well, but I didn't want to be on there with some of the guys he had on, with Jeff and Robert and these types of guys. I didn't want to be on there with those guys because it was like their show, and I didn't want to. I felt like I was out of place there because of that. And I've heard Robert. Robert, I think, is borderline insane because of some. I have heard him say some of the. He'll just go off on tangents about fucking beating people up and one time he was talking about killing Tim Osmond, and I mean, he's just talking shit, but he's trying to be serious and badass, and he's just fucked up in the head. Now he's talking about hunting down trolls and frying their machines and you know, destroying their lives and stuff. And it's just, this guy is so full of shit. This Fanate Veritas. And so I, you know, me and him don't get along. And Chris knows that, he sees that, and so he sides with Fanate Veritas, Robert, and basically kicks me aside. Because, I mean, you know, that's just how it goes. So that's what's happening. And so they come in, Chris comes into the chat, and everything's fine. We're talking Bible, we're talking Enoch, all these things. Now we actually did talk a lot of Bible over the 4 hours, not just Enoch. It was nice. Even though we didn't agree on much. It's just you don't find that kind of thing every day, and so I can see why they like it on these hangouts. I can see, having actually gone into one, I can see why it's useful more than just listening to. But anyway, at some point, two people I do not want to have to interact with in a hangout came into the hangout. The first one was Pillbox, and the second one was Robert himself, out of nowhere, and to a freaking Bible hangout. What the hell is he doing there? I mean, this is a guy that I've heard him say to trolls in the chat that he would rape them in the ass with his 10-inch dick. I don't think he's, you know, in line with the teachings of Jesus here. You know, it's like Mother Penrose on me. He's a saint. Chris thinks he can pull him into the, you know, thinks he can change him and bring him into the fold, so to speak. I'm trying to tell him, no, this guy is he's a dead soul. He doesn't care. He's never gonna care. But Chris wants to believe that he will, because he's beneficial at the time to his hangouts, because he's kind of popular with his NASA calls and the damn balloon launches and stuff like that. He's making the little, he's going through the circles, he's going through the hangouts, and people like him, I guess. But I can't stand him, because I can't stand those kinds of people. I think I'm a very good judge of character, and I have reasons for not liking people I don't like, even when everybody else does. And I know that I'm right, especially about Robert anyway. Anyway, so he came into the hangout, and he's just like taking over, him and his damn cricket noises. With the fucking mic, it's annoying as it is listening to it on YouTube, on the video. But when you've got the fucking mic, the earphones in your ear, it's like right in your head. It's just like ear splitting. This fucking whirring, whining noise. I'm like, God damn it, dude, what are you even doing here? The first thing he said is, what are you guys talking about? Because when he comes in the chat, when he comes into the hangout, it's about him. It's not about what it's about him. So he starts bullshitting like he does, talking about him and all this crap. But then he kind of picks up on the fact that it's not about him that night, that day. And so eventually he just shut up, and then he left. Pillbox hung around for a long time. I don't like that guy because Pillbox is, I'm not going to go on about it, but I have my reasons for him as well. And when I saw him there, I didn't know what to expect. He argued with me some, a little bit, but then stopped, and he had himself on mute for like an hour, and then he eventually left. Robert was there, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, talking about whatever. Maybe not 30, like 20. Anyway. He eventually left. But that's when Chris started getting weird. I think Chris felt that he left because of me. Maybe he did. I don't care why he left. I'm glad that he left. He didn't belong there anyway. He knows jack about any of it. I mean, it didn't concern him. Why the hell did he just jump out of nowhere just to start talking about himself? Anyway, so, you know, who cares that he's already done fucking 30 shows with Chris and Jeff? That doesn't matter. He's got to come in this one too. And I think Chris didn't like that he left, and that's when I started to get weird and just act like, before that he was agreeing with me in things that I would say, like an actual conversation, back and forth, dialogue, you know, just discussing things. But then after that, it started getting weird. Like it was like this tension was building up, and he would he would start to disagree with me, and just like making a deal out of things that didn't need to be made a deal of. Just like making points of contention where there did not need to be any contention. And you're just thinking, why? And then by the end of it, he's just acting really, really weird by the end, there towards the end of the show. I'm talking about God making the universe out of light, and where God says that, let there be light. I said that he made everything else from that light, and then I equated that with the Word in John 1. And it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I said that was the light. And he just immediately throws that out, and he says, no, you have the light, and then you have the sun, and I was like, he just wasn't going to accept that, and he was making a point to argue with me about it, just for the sake of arguing with me. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why are you not just listening to me? And then he's like, what do you want me to say, Mel? What do you want my answer to be? And I said, just tell me what you want. Tell me what you think. And so he said, well, something about how you want me to say what you want to hear, or something like that. You want me to say what you want to hear. And I said, well, if you want to be right, it's a joke. And then he says, oh, I see. I said, you're just a know-it-all. And I'm like, no, that was a joke. And I'm just thinking, are you serious? You're just making this shit up. You're just like killing the whole vibe of the show here just to make your little point. We're going along fine. But anyway, so needless to say, they closed it down shortly after that, and I felt like I should have left a little bit earlier than that, so that it didn't reach that point, because I could see Chris was getting uptight. But anyway, here I am rambling on. I was actually going to make that. I made a video for Bob and Jaron. I was going to do that yesterday, but I ended up going to sleep in the middle of the day and then doing that show with them, which again it was fun. I actually liked it, even though there was some things that didn't go so well. Overall it was a good show. I thought I enjoyed it. which probably means it was shit and he'll never invite me back again. I don't know. What do I know? Everyone else just seems to pop in and out of all of them at will. All these guys. Fucking Robert jumped in. I don't even know if the link was still available. I don't even know. It wasn't shown in the box at the time. Someone might have passed it to him. Fucking probably Chris sent it to him to bring him in, now that I think of it. Anyway, I had been thinking since Sunday when I watched that show to make a video about Bob and Jaron. Or I mean, well, about when they got to that part with the little green diagram, he was talking about the perspective, and he drew this line that was like half as long as the planet. And I'm like, dude, that is thousands of miles away. You're not even going to get off the ball at that distance, at that scale. You're like a flea. You're like you won't even be able to see the dot that you're supposed to be. And so it gave me an idea to make a video, but I was going to do it Monday, and then I didn't get around to it till Tuesday because stuff came up. But anyway, so I put that up. Let's see how it goes. Probably nothing. No reaction at all. I did feel Patricia though. I still say I can feel her responses. Not as much as I used to back in March and April. I could actually feel when she would watch a video that I put up or see something that I did. I could just tell with a sixth sense. I could tell. And so I felt that that same sixth sense kick in after I posted the video, and I felt that she watched it, and not sure what she thought about it, but I think it was good. I don't know, but she supports Bob and Jaron. How can she support me if I'm not supporting them? But hell, I almost made a video way back when he was doing that video about the top 3 proofs, whatever that video was, where they had like the top proofs that it's a flat, that it's not a ball rather, and get on the top 3. Then I wanted to make a video about that, but I guess I decided not to. And then there was a video they did that I saw where they were doing the lines. They were working with the chords and the circle, and they were talking about the curvature for like an hour or whatever. They were just going on and on about the curvature and how you can't figure it out and all these damn chords rather. And they were talking about the inverse of pi, saying that the education system was lying to the kids by not just giving them the decimal point to use. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You're telling me that you're just supposed to give the kids a decimal point and not tell them what it means. Like, just here, use this nebulous, meaningless number to solve all your problems, and never mind how the hell you got it. You have to tell them what pi is. You have to tell them the math. How the hell are you going to teach math if you don't teach them the math? That's like Common Core crap. Just give them the fucking .302 or whatever it was. No, give them the damn real shit. If you don't teach them how to solve the problem, then there's no point. Anybody can punch in a decimal into a freaking calculator and hit enter. It's not your calculator skills they're trying to teach you. It's how to ration with the numbers. It's how to think mathematically. That's the point of them teaching you math. That's why everything is so weird about it. It's like everything is just breaking down logic. Every step of the way. Week by week and month by month. This flat earth not only is it degenerating, not only is the class of people just becoming worse and worse, lower and lower, now it's basically in the gutter. All these people coming in now. I was saying that months ago about the weed and the rap. Now it's just even more weed and more rap. It's like 80% of the flat earthers now, that's all they do is talk about fucking weed and shit. Even goddamn hillbilly, he's like in his 50s and he still smokes his weed. Because that's just what people do now, right? Yeah. God forbid you be against the degradation of society. So, I guess what I'm saying is, although I'm not against the flat earth, what I'm against is the way people are. People are still going to be people. And I don't like degeneracy. And this is why I can't post my videos on my channel anymore. I still want to use it. I want to post the things that I want to, like educational videos and videos of me making my points. But I can't do it the way I can't do it the way that I do things. I can't be me on my channel anymore. And so here we are. What is this, like 40 minutes in now? I hope the hell it doesn't mute this. That's gonna suck so bad. If it mutes my... I'm running all these songs. It's the 8th song now. I've probably already gone past the limit for it anyway. I remember Andrea talking about his hangouts where fucking, he wanted me, I remember one time he was talking about this deal with Steve and Christopher that he hated that it was muted because they were playing Beatles songs because Steven likes the damn Beatles for some reason. And he thinks they're talking about him. And so they were, because Andrea liked him so much, he was playing his damn songs for him. But then YouTube muted the whole 8-hour block that he had running. And so after that he was super tight about not playing any music. And I guess I can see why. Something actually told me to record myself and then the music later on top of it. Fucking YouTube. I mean, like, nobody's trying to take anybody's goddamn money. They just want to make their videos. They want to make good videos. I posted songs on my channel, no problem. But you post a video with 20 songs and they block it. So I guess that's where this is headed. Which kind of defeats the point. Wonder if I cut it off here if it will somehow make it through. What song is it? We got Vast is a good, that's a good band. I like those guys. That's the first song from the first album right here. Where do I put the love? To a pixelated screen that I can't watch anymore. It's a good track. In my video to Bob, I should have said that. One thing I made a post underneath the video where I said that I wish I'd said this in the actual video itself, is that if you're in a plane, I'm talking about the line, the first line that he drew. It's 4 millimeters on my screen, and then with my ruler, I estimated the width of the ball at that same size at 16 centimeters, and so I said, well, if you make it 8 centimeters for 8,000 miles, then you divide the 4 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Then that line that he drew, the little short line, people would think, what is that, 1,000 feet high? 10,000 feet? No, that short little bitty line on top of the ball was 1,000,000 feet. 1,000,000 feet. It was fucking 200 miles, that little line. And I wanted to say, after I stopped the recording, I thought to say, or actually it was when it was uploading onto YouTube, I forgot to mention planes, because they're always talking about the planes, and they fly at 50,000 feet or whatever. That's like 10 miles. And you're talking like, you're going to see curvature at 10 miles when if you have 1 millimeter above the circle on an 8 centimeter circle is 100 miles, over 500,000 feet, 10 times higher than the planes fly. And you're going to tell me you're going to see the curve. And so I wrote in I made a comment where I said, if you're in a plane, if you plot the plane height on the same graph, then the dots for the plane would still be on the curve. You wouldn't even be able to discern the difference. That's how, because it would be 1/10 of a millimeter. Plane on that chart would be 1/10 of a millimeter. You can't even, that's bigger than the pencil lid is bigger than that. The ink blot, the dot would be bigger than that. So I said it would still be touching the curve. It wouldn't even be off the curve line. The flat earthers don't want to hear that. They want to hear how space is water, and how there's lunar waves, and how the stars are 100,000 feet up, and the sun goes through portals, and there's 27 time zones, and I mean, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of bullshit, and it just keeps piling up. I'm gonna cut the music off here and see if it helps at all. It probably won't, but hopefully it will. There we go. Maybe I might just slide on through accidentally by the skin of my teeth and still have some audio quality here. I mean, Oh, I'm planning on putting this on my on the Apano Ostas channel, and it's got the five videos I put up like 3 years ago, where I had the like 2 hour videos with my radio basically playing my homemade radio station, running off my 360. We're just playing all of these songs randomly, and I put up 2 hour recordings onto YouTube, so they've got like 20 songs on them, and each one had 20 copyright strikes on it, and so they're all muted. One of them's blocked worldwide. So no, it's not worldwide. I forget what it says. One of them was different than the others. One of them still plays. One of them still has the audio. I can't. I haven't even watched those in a lot. I don't even remember what it is. It's been too long. I can't remember what they are. I might should just go ahead and take them down. No one really watches them anyway. They're good videos though. Nobody does that shit. That's actually what I did in those videos. I put them up because that shit's hard to do. Getting 10K kills on those maps is fucking hard, and I'm not sure how many people have actually done that. I have looked on YouTube before I put those up, I looked for other videos of the same thing, and I didn't find any. The only one I found equal videos for was Chibi. Seemed like everybody was getting 10K kills there. I think I found one at Wuzhang Plains, but nobody was getting 10K kills at Yellow Turban Rebellion or Hulao Gate. Anyway, that shit's only going far away. I feel like those videos would have been. I just feel like I was kind of robbed. They gypped me by cutting out the audio because the music kind of. I mean, obviously the music added to the atmosphere there. But then to mute you where you have no sound at all. So like I said, some are muted, some weren't. One of them won't play back. I forget why it says, but one of them won't play. Anyway, so I just thought I would try to start back making videos where I can speak my damn mind again and be free to be me, and not have to contend with this YouTube persona that has developed around me, because that's not who I am. It's a part of who I am. It's an aspect of myself, but it's not me. It's not the whole me. It's not the real me. It's me, but it's not me at the same time. And I'm just not comfortable I'm just not comfortable showing that aspect of myself, I guess. I just don't feel right giving any more of myself publicly. That's why I have looked so hard for someone to share that with privately. But I mean, if they don't care about you publicly, they're not going to care about you privately, are they? Kind of how it goes. Well, how long has it been? I guess it's long enough. Something like 50 minutes. I thought I can't even remember. I thought of some things to say. I don't think I said any of them. Anyway, I guess this is a good first video. First stab. I should have left the music running. I cut it off. It's only been 10 minutes since I cut it off. Oh fuck, I'll just cut it off and upload it and see what the fuck it does. Damn it, YouTube. Quit fucking with people. Hey, speaking of which, I lost some subs. Not many, but enough for me to notice. It was a chunk. I mean, it was like, it wasn't very many, but it was all at once. Just like overnight. But it was in like a 5-6 hour span the next time that I pulled up the page, and I lost some subs. And then I see a video where, or actually I hear somebody talking about Russian Vid's video about losing 6,000 subs, and it went from 29K down to almost 23K, and he made a video about it. Somebody was talking about that happening to them as well, and happened to me, and so I was just thinking, what the hell happened to all of us noticing the same thing? And I don't think they're real. Those aren't real subs. Those aren't real people. They're like YouTube, some kind of YouTube ghost accounts. I don't even know what to call them. But YouTube has some very strange ways of doing things. Anyway, guess I'll cut it off there. Guess I'll see you later. Until then, take it easy.